Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day today. So in today's video, it's a little bit shorter, but I wanted to talk about something that is kind of like a secret spice in cinematic orchestral music, especially. Um, and that really is a chord that gives you a sense of anticipation and a sense of longing to want to go to the next chord. And so what I'm going to do is I want to show you the latest piece that I wrote, and then I'm going to show you exactly what that chord is, what it sounds like, and then I'll tell you with my virtual MIDI keyboard what the chord is. So let's have a listen, and then let's discuss it. And there we go. So that very last chord is the one I'm talking about, and that's the one I wanted to discuss in the video. This last chord here, do you hear how there's a sense of longing there? There's almost a wistful feeling to it. And the reason is because it's the type of chord that's being used. And that is the diminished seventh chord. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just going to show you exactly what that looks like. Basically, the exact chords that I'm playing is A on the bottom, and then on the top, I'm doing a G diminished seventh. Okay? So anytime you can have a dominant seventh, right? This is a typical dominant seventh chord. The key of this piece is in D major. So it makes sense that before you get to the D major chord, the actual tonic chord, you want to present, have a chord before it that sets it up. So in classical music, it's very typical to have dominant seventh, then going to the one chord. But if you want to spice it up a little bit and have a different quality, then what you can do is use a diminished seventh chord instead. So I'm playing the dominant seventh chord, but essentially all I'm doing is I'm going to add in an extra note, and that is the B flat right there on top. All right. So if we just isolate what we're doing here, take out the A in the bottom, we have a C sharp diminished seventh. Okay, and this chord here by itself just sounds very wistful and very sad almost. So when you combine that with the A in the bass, which has the dominant function, right, it gives you a sense of anticipation, but then combined with the diminished seventh in the top, then it starts to sound a little bit more sad, but still hopeful. So that's why there's a sense of reaching out, almost like you're about to grab something, but you can't quite get it yet until we get the resolution. But this diminished seventh over the dominant chord or over the dominant note is just a different way to approach, this perfect cadence. So that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video. We don't always have to follow the classical rules. In fact, using modes and stuff, we don't a lot of the time. So this is just one way to get a different emotion from the audience. So if I want just, that just feels very comfortable, very predictable, right? But if I went, right, now it sounds a little more wistful, a little more sad. And the key note right there is really the B flat right there. Okay, this B flat contrasts with the A because they're actually a half step apart, A and B flat. They're very dissonant notes, but when you spread them apart, they're actually, the quality you get is one of almost sadness and wistfulness. One that, you can't quite understand why it feels that way, but it pulls at your heart. So that B flat is the key note right there. So, when you're experimenting with different chords, kind of think about which notes are really the ones that are affecting that chord, which ones are giving that chord its quality. That will, I think, really help in your compositions, especially because, as we experiment with different chords, voice leading and stuff like that, trying to transition smoothly from chord to chord, we want to be able to elicit different emotions from the listener, and having these dissonances here and there can really give us that. So I hope that makes sense. That's basically the intro of this new piece, Once Upon a Romance, and I hope you liked it. If you have any questions about it, please leave it in the comments below. Starting next week, I'm going to be doing the Inside Score series, where I'm going to be doing a 3-part series on the theory, the instrumentation and production, and then also the mixing and processing of this piece. So this is kind of like a little taster, I guess you could say. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed, and let me know. And I'll see you next week. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.